Welcome to your Create Your Abundant Life of Love in 2024 reading. Union with your true twin flame. We're going to look into that for specifically you. That means one of the four categories of the you that I will have today for you. In this reading will be an oracle card reading, and there will be some crystals too, and there will be a quiz, and we will be talking about your situation, your lessons, and your blessings. Now, let me explain that a little bit to you. So, there is a quiz in which you can find out which of the four categories you're going to go for today. And this quiz takes only a couple minutes to do. It's a lot of fun, and you'll find a link to that in the description box below, above, immediately there. And when you go there, you see that it is about being a sort of creation type, and sometimes it feels a little bit about mission too. But you know what? Nevertheless, fill in your answers of your preferences, of all these pictures and feelings and words, and go through the steps and come out with the type, with the one that you are for this reading. And we're going to focus on the outcome that is called either the teacher or the artist or the lover or the entrepreneur. And when you don't want to do those for this quiz, when you want to do the quiz, when you don't want to do the quiz, you can also decide from the description that I'm about to give to you for these four groups, and also the crystals that I will be showing you that for today belong to those four groups. So let's start with group 1, the description of it. And that will be the description of the teacher. So this type of twin flame lover for 2024 that you might choose to be, or that might come out of your quiz, is the one that follows their inner work. The inner work that they need to do points to. And they learn lessons there. And they also have an intuition already, just like that, what these lessons are. And that makes them actually a wise person and a teacher, because they've done their inner work and they have an intuition for where that makes them land, what kind of person that gives, what kind of wisdom place that is where you land if you have learned the lessons. And from that place, they might also be able to help others. Yeah, that's the teacher. If that's how you feel you want to stand in 2024, in your year of twin flame life and love, then that's your group. Also, this is the crystal that I selected for your group. So maybe this is a way for you to feel if this group speaks to you. This is the amethyst, the purple crystal that is full of wisdom. It's a flat side on which it can stand. Very famous crystal, right? For its mystical qualities. And the second group that you might choose today is the artist. And that is going to be the one that in 2024 for your life of love is open for a fresh insight, is open to stand in a new place and to see a road forward into uncharted territory. You're the one that is prepared to let your fear stand by the wayside and go for something new, something fresh that you have not known before. You're the artist, you're here for new ideas and living those new ideas yourself as a life artist. When you think you dare to be that one for your life of twin flame love, the second category today is for you. And I also selected a crystal for your group today. And that is going to be the clear and insightful, empowering clear quartz. Simple, straightforward, to the point, new freshness. Freshness of this almost magnifying clear quartz that can just amplify your magic of trusting, going in new places that you haven't known before. So maybe this crystal speaks to you and it might help you choose this category. But I have to say, the quiz is a lot of fun too. And then we go to the third category of today, and that is the lover. Of course, when we talk about twin flame love, what else can we get than a category with the lover? Yes, you are the one that feels the longing of the heart, and that pushes you forward through this year. You are the one that is romantic at heart, that knows that their relationship with the divine is actually the central romance that it is all about in life. And you take that on as an invitation to be romantic, be romantically wooed by God. Be in that relationship of love with your Creator, which will clearly be the model of and the pushing forward to your twin flame love. Yeah. Very mystical and very true, very concrete also, right? So this is like the deeper layer of self-love, isn't it? And we also have a crystal for your group today, and that is going to be the selenite, which is a very romantic, angelic communication kind of crystal. This one is kind of rough and at the same time round. Maybe that also means something to you, can be. Very much moon oriented. Yeah, it's your crystal for the lover. And then we have the fourth category, and that is the entrepreneur. Well, you might say, what does that have to do with my twin flame reading for 2024? Well, a lot, because you might be just this person that is attuned to your mission and doing the mission's work. And already starting that before you're in union, before you're in harmonious union together, and already having an inkling of what the mission inside your union that you will find there might be. And you already start to prepare for that and to work a little bit in that and set it up so that you can do that together when you're there, once you're there. And you might be just this person that knows correctly that that is actually a secret but very important pillar of moving quickly to your harmonious twin flame union, because it is an integral part of what you will find there. So if you already started right now before you're there, you already start to feel what that is and do it and try it out, that might just quicken your journey tremendously going forward in 2024. So that would be a wise choice if that's going to be you today, coming out of the quiz, or because it may speak to you. And I also for you have a thing. A thing that is also round and flattened. A crystal, but it's actually an orgonite, all right? And I don't think we can call orgonite a crystal, but it at the same time sort of falls in this category of crystals nonetheless. And that is because it has a working also. It's man-made, but it is filled with, this resin is filled with metals and precious stone, material, sometimes pulverized and whatnot. And it is a very good source to clear your space from unwanted influences. And why? That is why this one is always underneath my computer on which I'm taping this for you. All right. So that is the crystal, the orgonite for group 4. So let's start to go to your group for today and go deeper to see what situation you're in, what lessons there are, and what blessings will come your way in 2024 on your twin flame journey. I will see you in your timestamp where your reading starts. You will find the timestamp in the description box below and also in the pinned comment of this video. I will see you there. All right, we're going to start today with group 1, the teacher with the amethyst. This was your stone. And we're going to use a selection of oracle card decks that I have prepared for you here. I will shuffle them and pick your cards. And we're going to go from situation to lessons to blessings. And then we'll round it off and see what this message for you for 2024 was exactly. The teacher that gains wisdom because they do their inner work and can then contribute to the world and to their twin flame as well. Wisdom. For your twin flame, you already are that. It's in your beingness that lies. What you can mean for them is already baked into what you already are and already do. So never be afraid to be who you are in contact with your true twin flame, because they will want that. They will benefit from you being your true self. Whatever that is, whatever kind of an expression that is that comes out of your mouth towards them, or your actions, or how you look, or how it feels as the energy that comes out of your heart, out of your aura. That will be exactly for them what they need and what they love, and what will perhaps even trigger them or upset them. But then that is good, because they will need to learn that lesson anyway. And they then will, because you presented it to them. You didn't want that, but it happened. And that's okay. It's good. This is exactly what will make your journey move forward, make your union process move forward significantly when you would inadvertently perhaps upset them. But you cannot upset someone. They were already upset, and now they realize that this comes up from inside of them to be dealt with. And they will start to deal with it right now, and it will result in you two coming closer together once that lesson, that upset, is processed by them. Which is exactly what you also do by voluntarily doing your inner work with the key tool, right? That's what we do here. And you are, by the way, very welcome to come do that with us in the Facebook group, because there's explanation what this key tool is, and also practice of it, and also meetings over it, etc., etc. So that would be very beneficial for you. But why did I say that? Because you can just be yourself with your twin flame. And being the teacher for them, being you, is already enough. Isn't that interesting? So we're going to look into your situation. And for that one, I was shuffling the classical tarot cards. And I already saw this one sticking out and then that one. So we're going to look at these cards and what they tell us about your situation. This was the first one that was sticking out and that I saw, and it's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So that would be the coin coming from the clouds in the garden. See that beautiful garden with that porch with flowers looking out over the mountains. Beautiful. So this would usually be the beginning or an opportunity that has something to do with money. But it can also be just a valuable, energetically valuable proposal. So turned around, it may look as though you've missed an opportunity, or you can't really see it in your current situation because it seems rather awful to you. So where's the opportunity here? Let's look at the other card that came out. And that is Strength in reverse. So let's turn it around to show you the card. This is a major arcana card, so it's very stressed in its meaning. And you see the woman sort of taming the lion. And there are also two parts of one being almost touching each other. Because we are human beings, that is, with a divine mind in an ape's body, so to speak. That sounds very strange, but you understand what I mean. That is what the human being is. So she is like taming her cravings of what is not connected to the divine mind. So that strength is reversed, which is interesting. So maybe you feel a little bit out of sorts. And let's see what the underlying card is of this deck, because that shows me what the undertone is. And the undertone is the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very luscious, beautiful woman. A queen that is sitting on this beautiful throne in a rose garden with a pentacle, a value symbol on her lap. This is a very fertile woman, a very earthly woman, very luscious and enjoying her life on earth. So it looks like it looks like this is your core. This is who you actually are underneath. And this is also underneath the deck, underneath this micro reading from the tarot, small reading. And it feels to me as though there is actually a sort of a sadness because of a missed opportunity and being out of sorts. But you can fall back into, that makes you fall back into what you truly are. Because there's actually nothing else that can be going on for you, because you are a twin flame. You are at the core already in union. That is your ultimate truth that is not made undone by the fact that you were born in bodies that make some silly mistakes for some weeks or months or some years to figure this out together. So don't be distraught by that. That original, valuable you is not being harmed by that. You can miss an opportunity, but that opportunity is the eternal value of the soul. And you can always open yourself again, and there it is again. It cannot be made undone. The value of the core of your union. You may be out of sorts, but you're still a human being with a divine mind and an animal's body, so to speak, quote unquote. And when your inner life is back in order, you are still these two sides of you combined into one. So there is a process to this. And when it is so that you find yourself at a place of being out of sorts and can't find the opportunity, can't find the hand of God reaching out to you for what they unlimited and eternally are offering you from the divine out, then that is indeed your superficial being out of sorts. But underneath that is always the you that is in union with the true twin flame. It's always the you that can come in union, that can be that stable receiver of eternal value, feeling at home on earth, which is important because many people do not. They don't want to feel at home in their body. They don't want to feel at home on earth. They want to escape their body by dissociating, and they want to have fantasies about living or coming from another star system or another planet, instead of accepting, because they don't want to accept that they're on earth now and this is now their home, and the body is their home on earth. But inside all of that is the value. Inside the body on earth is the value. Inside the body on earth. It's a very earth card. She is like Goddess Earth. Is the value. Comes together. Value, the earth, and the body come together with the inner value. And that's how you restore the order of life, so that your strength will return, And there will always be a new opportunity to go deeper and meet your twin flame. Because your twin flame is, well, at the core, you. There's nothing that, in essence, can come between you. So when you again line out with yourself, you accept the earth, you accept your body, you accept that this is the home for the divine spark inside of you, which is also at the core of your union. When you align again with that, you reset to the degree that you are in peace with that. Again, for the first time. Then you know that the twin flame cannot be far away. And an opportunity will be given you because you're aligned, you're reset. So this must come forward. That's law. And you can now take that opportunity to start to feel that one out and taste it, so to speak. Do it. And then see further. Well, don't you just love that? I think that's beautiful. So let's see what, I think we already talked a lot about potential lessons for you. That was a lot of stuff already. I think we're going to look into another card deck. The personal, yeah, I see one. Personal wisdom cards. And I will translate this for you because it's in Dutch. Some problems you will resolve by not making a problem out of it at all. The Dutch text. Some problems you resolve by not making a problem out of it at all. Well, I think we sort of almost really talked about that already, right? Like maybe you're out of sorts, but that's no problem. Just accept that you live in a body on the earth, and the order of the divine order that comes with that from the internal value that is always here, reached out by God for you to have. Accept the whole of that and you will come back in order. It's not a problem. It's the same thing as when we do the key tool, the inner work for twin flames. It is noticing what your situation is and then turning it around and loving yourself for what that gives you. Seeing what you need and giving it to yourself. And in the beginning stages of this is my upset, I'm upset, of this key tool, you think you have an enormous problem. But we don't make a problem out of it, we do the key tool. And then when you walk yourself through the 4 steps, turning it around, seeing what that gives, loving yourself, going from the emotion to the underlying feeling, to the desire and the longing, to a statement of what you already have and are. We didn't make a problem out of it. We just used that problem to go deeper with ourselves in our heart. Wow, and that just was the answer that you needed. And we didn't make a problem out of it. We just went to the other side with it, and the problem disappeared. So let's see if we can get a spiritual wisdom from this card deck. The other card deck. You cannot push the river. In Dutch again. You cannot push the river. Yeah, Don't make a problem out of your situation. Accept it as a moment of flow in the river and allow the flow to flush through you. And then the next step will just arrive. But it doesn't arrive from pushing the other, the situation, yourself. It doesn't come from manipulation. It's the same as when you want to communicate with your twin flame. And often that we find out that we want to manipulate them because it doesn't work what I said, because I was just trying to know it better and trying to solve the problem, quote unquote, but I was actually manipulating them. That's not communicating. And you can't push the river. Your twin flame will feel the wetness of the river and the temperature of it themselves. Draw their own conclusions, have their own thoughts about it, and feel what their next action is themselves. Don't push the river. Don't manipulate your twin flame. If you don't want to be pushed and manipulated, they also don't want to be. And don't manipulate yourself as well. So we're going to look in the vampire cards for more of a lesson for you, or another one. Because the vampire cards, I think, is always so interesting that they do tell you that being a vampire can have a bad side, but also it's a lesson, and then it's a good thing. And then you become the soul you from first having been a vampire. I don't know how to translate this. Being polite. And she has all kinds of cakes and bread, French bread, and grapes, and a wolf. Treating other people right. Well, I think that's what we just talked about. Always the same. Don't manipulate them. Right. This one was also sticking out. Original. Connecting with your source deep inside. A holy dance. Instinctual. So she is doing her holy dance that connects herself with her deeper source, which is a beautiful idea to do. And she's very much connected to death as well with all the skulls, which is really something that looks like, you know, it's true that when you're on a twin flame journey, you want to let your old self go until you go through a death experience, until you reconnect with who you truly are on the inside, which might very well not be who you thought you were, who your parents acknowledged you were, who your school pointed out you were, etc. It is about going back to the original you, where you are connected to your true twin flame. They also will be only attracted to the true you. You will only find them if you are the true you. You can only keep them if you express the true you. And that can be sometimes significantly different than who you thought you were and who you were taught to be. So it can very well be that this feeling of out of sorts and missed the opportunity comes because you were not your true self. So that's a lesson. You need to be your true self. not an adapted self because you think that's more relatable or more acceptable by society or your friends group, or the adapted version of you because of how you were treated as a child, because you were only conditionally loved if you did this and that. So you wrecked your original self and invented another self on top of that. Well, if that's so, that's very understandable. I truly do understand that. And you have to go back to that place inside of you where you chose that when you were 3 or something, and you just choose again to now start to develop from that place of being 2 3/4 or something years old, and you start to develop again from that place. And now you start to develop into the true self. And it can be done. The true twin flame will be attracted to that one. They will expect nothing less, and they will be sustainably with you in that version of you, the original one, not with someone, not something else. So let's see if we can get more information about that from the Isis cards with Egyptian symbology. Okay, I see this one. Alchemy. Consciousness process. Going from material things to spirituality. Turn negative things in yourself around to positive things. You will make a decision on the base of your highest spiritual values. Research the influence of the sun and the moon on you. That's just an idea, an exercise, that last one. You will make a decision at the base of your highest spiritual value. Well, that is what that is, becoming the true you. And that can be done at any moment when you accept the true spirit that you are in your temporary vessel, in the purity of it. That's how that goes. And we're going to get an angel answer now. That will lead to big, happy changes. Well, this girl is very happy. So that can happen to you in 2024. If you choose so. And let me see, what kind of abundance does that give? What kind of blessing? Because I think we're a little bit going to the blessings for you now. Oh, 2. Okay, 2. Letting go with Shiva. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously. Just say, I'm finally ready, God. Pursue me. With a green kind of Buddha. That'll sure bring blessings on your path. We're going to look at a Mary Magdalene Oracle edition for this message. War and peace. So which one are you going to choose? It's up to you. Did you know that? You're going to go to your true self in peace, or do you choose to stay at war within, with yourself, with your original self, with your creator? Maybe you can just let go and invite help. And we're now going to look at what part of your twin flame energy body with 9 points, with the creative identity system, you can focus on for the beneficial direction of all of this for you. That is going to be energy point 8. That is actually the point of the artist, right? It's a point of new ideas, insights, having vision, seeing with the divine, seeing the world from the divine perception in your brain, in your mind, in your being. It's here, it's the top of your skull, a little bit on the 4, where you see with the divine who this true self is and where you're going. And we already got a glimpse of who that truly is, I believe, in this Queen of Pentacles, the goddess of the earth, that combines her highest calling and her earthly existence. She knows the value of that. It keeps it safe. And she knows that she will be a magnet like that for everything that belongs to her, which will be her true twin flame. So I hope this helped for you. I wish you a wonderful journey in this year, and skip ahead to the end where I let you know what you can do in this year to start giving yourself the opportunity to work this all out and have your ultimate twin flame success within this year. I will see you there and in the opportunities I talk about. Love from Petra. Welcome group 2, or importantly, the artist. And your group has also chosen the clear quartz, this beautiful magical magnifier of all crystals. All right, we're going to look for you into your abundant life of love in 2024, situation, lessons, and blessings, in that order. And I have a whole bunch of oracle cards decks here, which we're going to use for your reading. We're going to look ahead. What might be the inner work that you're going to do, and what might be blessings that come from that, and all of that. I'm going to start with the traditional tarot for getting an idea about your situation. And I just want to start with the fact that you chose the artist, because it means that you are open for openness, new openness, and allowing yourself to go in a new direction, letting go of the past and moving forward in unknown territory. Seeing the path unfold before your feet with every key inner work step that you're going to do, and feeling optimistic about doing that. And that's a good attitude to have. That's what we need for the twin flame journey to be walked and to be successful. And I talked about the key inner work exercise that is very much advised to do for you. You would be welcome in our Facebook group called Your Abundance to learn more about that and practice that and get support for that too. And to get a grasp of what that even is outside of the Facebook group, that is possible on my YouTube channel, there are videos about exactly this inner work tool for twin flames. You can go to the channel page of my YouTube channel and go to the search bar of my channel, not the general bar, the search bar of my channel only, on my channel page. And there you can put key, and then the videos that are about that will roll out, which you can do with any kind of word that you have and of which you may be curious if I have a video about that. So there was already a card that just tumbled out immediately, so we're going to take this one. It almost fell on the ground, but here it is, the 8 of Swords. And this is very telling. It is about your situation. You see this person being strapped with all kinds of, I don't know, linen cloths or something, and blindfolded too, and with the idea that they cannot seem to move, or at least they believe that, and they're in a field with all kinds of swords. They're almost a sword themselves, you know, which stands for pains in communication. And they're outside the city that's in the background, and there are stones under the feet and a little bit of water too. This person believes they are imprisoned, but in truth, they could just walk away, easily remove those linen cloths or whatever they are themselves, maybe with the help of the swords that are standing there so firmly so that you can rub against them and make this whole situation undone and free yourself, put the blindfold off and walk away. So maybe you came to this group, the artist, with a new, fresh courage to go to new territories, but you're actually afraid. You think you're in a prison, but you would like to be the person that walks away in freedom and follows their intuition and insights. But secretly, you feel imprisoned. And don't we all at some time in our lives? So nothing to be ashamed about. I, for one, have felt that a lot, like this, like I was completely imprisoned. And I needed to release myself from that linen strap by linen strap by doing the key tool over and over and again. And I succeeded, and I don't feel restricted anymore by inner emotions that kept me imprisoned and held back and not speaking my truth and not using my voice. And you can work through that too. Then you go towards that freedom and that insight, and there's no shame in that. That's perfect. I think everyone that thinks they're open actually has a secret layer of this. And when you're honest about that one, then you can be free. Then you can be open, right? So be honest. And let's see what the undertone is from the other side of this whole package of tarot cards, which is the 2 of Wands, which shows a ruler that looks over their kingdom with a map or a globe of their kingdom in their hand, with one wand behind them firmly strapped to the rock solid wall, and the other in their hand as, yeah, I don't know, a form of a, how do you call that? I just can't find a word for this at this moment. But it could be part of his regalia as the ruler or a sort of a king, but he's not really the king of this suit of wands. It's just a person, but it is a sort of a ruler, right? Traditionally, this card means that you conquered some outside success. That's good. But the inner success needs to also be looked into now for there to be a true victory. It needs to come together, and those two wands need to come together and collaborate, inner and outer victory. And that's what this was about. Maybe on the outside you're the artist that believes they're free and are going forward because they want to go to their twin flame in 2024, and who doesn't, very good. But the truth is, on the inner, they feel that they're stuck, and they need to look at that for that to change, and then it will change. And then the inner and the outer will start to work together on your twin flame journey. That's what you want. There's no twin flame union with only the outside, only two bodies bumping against each other. Maybe it's a kiss, okay. But where is the inner peace? How do you know this is even the true twin flame, the right person that you're going to invest everything that you are and have in? Which is safe with the true twin flame, because that investment will stay and will keep its value eternally, okay? That's why this journey is so valuable. But if you don't know if that's the true one, because you're not connected to your inside core, that's unsafe, actually. So the inner truth and the outer coming together of you need to work together at every moment. That's why we go to the state of consciousness or state of energy of being, of harmonious twin flame union first. And then you go to the crystallizing out of that in the 3D in your materialized life. It will now be smooth and relatively easy, and just a result of it, logic result that rolls out of it. And you know that it is the true one because of that as well. And you will experience the inner peace and joy that it is actually about. That's why we do that. And that's what this truly seems to represent. I love that for you. Don't forget to bring inner and outer together and realize that in the end, that's one. But there is a little process to get there where it is one, right? Open yourself for the inner with doing inner work. That's a good one. With the key tool, again, that will help you get clear on what the inside means for you. So these were lessons already, right? Huge lessons. And let's see if the vampires have more lessons to add for you or clarify your lessons. This is, how to translate that? I know. Oh yeah, resurrection. I need to translate it from the Dutch, that's why. Repeat, make whole again, come back, and resurrection. Resurrection is the big theme of this card. And she is with 4 black cats, this vampire. Well, when I resurrect, I also want to have 4 black cats on my side. It is about resurrecting yourself in who you truly are, which is the inner and outer meeting each other in a realigned whole that is directly connected to the divine. And that is your resurrection. So it looks like you're going to work on that resurrection, the inside of you, and where it can meet equally your outside life of your body, on the world, in society, in relationships, in your twin flame relationship, where it can meet as equal partners, resurrect your inside. Gotta love that. Let's see if we can find more about that in the Isis deck with Egyptian symbols. I see this card. Nekhbet, the Great Mother, the goddess of, well, it is a big bird. I don't know how to translate that at this moment. When you see the card in a second, you might know the name of this bird, because it does look like it. The Great Mother, again, the goddess of this bird that will protect you and take care of you. Take care not only of others, but for yourself as well. You will get a higher insight and bring it into practice. Well, isn't that the artist type? Meditation idea. Ask Nekhbet to help you integrate a life lesson. There she is, with two birds actually on her, on the head. Yeah, I think they're both this kind of bird, but this one looked most of, I think both. So, the Great Mother. Care for yourself. Bring a higher insight into practice. So self-care is how you will resurrect yourself, which is true. You can't just have an idea and run forward. You need self-care. You need to bring your inner world with you while you step forward in self-respect into 2024, going towards your union. You don't just rush into your union, because that will be exactly your outcome. It will be a temporal touch base. And then, because you're in such a hurry, it might just fizzle out again. No. Resurrect your inner life and let it meet the outer life with mutual respect, and step forward with that. Never think that thinking about your union is enough. It needs to integrate into who you truly are, in how you identify. You take everything that you are with you into that movement towards the union. Your body, your money, your psychology, your family relationship, your other relationships, just everything that you are that might even be, oh my God, to you or something, or problematic or unhealed. You take everything with you moving to the union. So heal that, what is needing healing on that stepping forward. And also, don't think that the idea of getting into union will bring you there and that is enough. No, everything will be there too that you are and have. Your relationship with your body, your health, your everything will be there. So, yeah. Let everything that you are on the inside and on the outside be respectfully play a role there. You will see that it is like that. Everything that you do, are and have, is playing a role into your process of coming together in your union, because you will see that everything will, like a puzzle that fits, fall into place. All experiences, all memories, all underlying values that you have, all needs that you have in the world will all take a place in this process in your union, will fall into a rhythm of loving with them. Where are you going to live? Who is going to be part of your family, etc. It's all going to fall into place. It's not just an idea with which you run forward because you want to be there first or something, which never happens. That will never happen. Well, it will never happen if you want to be the first union to come together relative to other people or other unions. That doesn't make sense, and it's also not true. So, and it will also not happen that you will be the first one to arrive in your union. And where is my divine masculine? He is late again. He's not there yet. Well, that's nonsense. That's not your twin flame. When you come in the true union that we're talking about, and especially, of course, also the harmonious twin flame union that we're talking about, you step into that at the same time together. There's no other way. It just doesn't exist. Then it's not your twin flame. And the Great Mother will help you take care of yourself. Respect yourself while you do that. That will be mirrored by them. You understand? They will also respectfully take care of themselves so that you can be together in respect. Who doesn't want that? Let's look into the spiritual messages for you, 2024. Maybe I see more than one. Let's see. Tomorrow does not exist yet. The past is over. There is only now. I translated that for you from the Dutch. So that gives another dimension for you moving into 2024, that there is no moving into 2024. There is only now, right? There's only now in which this happens, this resurrection. It doesn't happen yesterday and it doesn't happen tomorrow. It happens now. This knowing that you resurrect your inner life so that you can let that meet the outer life, and the outer actions and goals, such as coming into union. That happens now. It's not an idea, and just what, like I said, it's not an idea. What idea is the future. And it's not in the past as well. And I saw another one, so let's look at the other one too. God has no hands and no feet. He needs yours to do his work. Right. So also don't be someone that is waiting for divine intervention to bring union. You resurrect yourself by self-care. You do inner work for it with the key tool. And thus move forward, which is coming in the now, in fact. You open, which was the artist, pretty much the theme of the artist, becoming open for new things. You become open for the now, in which harmonious union is at the base of the now, already present deep inside your heart, because it's what you are. And making that come true, that you already are that, happens in the now. And this is a personal wisdom card deck card, and it says, I let the past go by asking myself in contact with the other person, who are you today? Because the past versions of the twin flame that you were upset about are just that, past versions of them. They moved on to this moment in which you are different now also. This is your now moment. Did you learn the lesson of that upset? And let that go completely? Are you open to your twin flame to ask, who are you today? Are there grievances in between? Well, time for you to resolve them, to come in that now where you are resurrecting yourself. Time to do inner work with the key tool, which is truly possible. It's possible for you to let go of anything there that you may hold against your twin flame. Heart and soul of the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck. That's what you will find there. It is what you desire is here, in that now where you resurrect yourself. It is your true self. Who you are inside your harmonious twin flame union is your true self. And that might be so original. Some people don't like that. They don't like who they find out that they are inside of their true twin flame union, in their harmonious twin flame union. Then you need to do inner work, because you are that. You will see that you will feel so much better once you accept that. So let's see what kind of blessings we have for you. Acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. Union in flow is what I call the union that I bring people to. Union in flow means that you are both connected to an open, streaming, flowing energy system, and in the union with the divine, so also with your twin flame while doing that. These are two axes of life. One is the energy, one is also very connected to your money and value and worth and mission. The other one, your union, is very connected to the divine and the twin flame and romance and the relationship of eternity that is here for you. Yeah. These are the two axes of life. Union in flow. Ooh, ooh. Well, these are the the angel answers. Let's see. Helpful people. There are people that help you come into your now and resurrect yourself with your true self. There are people that work against that. It may be time to make a distinction who is what. The situation will improve if you do so. If you do all the suggestions of your reading. Get more information. Well, then we take this one too. Meditation brings answers. And we're going to look what energy field, speaking about an union in flow and the energy of flow, which energy field of the 9-point energy twin flame energy system of creative identity is helpful to look into for you in this development? And it's the inner heart. This is actually the inner space of these two intersecting circles that are called sometimes Vesica Pisces. And it is the relational space between these two. So remember that everything you are is a relationship. First, you're a relationship with the divine. Then you are the relationship with your true twin flame. Then you are the relationship with others. In that order. And you are a relationship. You are also the relationship between inside and outside. You are the relationship with your true self. And that takes place in your inner heart. That's where everything will be birthed from in 2024. That's where the resurrection brings you. That's where you come from your self-care, helped by Nekbet. I hope this helped. May it be a blessed journey for you in 2024. And hop to the end of this video where I tell you how you can support yourself in all of this, making use of the possibilities that I created just for you. And after that, I even suggest a new video for you. So there you go. At the end, there's more for you. I hope that helps as well. And I hope to see you real soon. Love from Petra. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the lover and or the crystal of your choice. And that was the selenite, the beautiful angel stone. And your choice means that you are romantic at heart. And that is so fit for the twin flame journey, of course. Oh boy. And you must be in for a very romantic year. 2024. We're going to look inside of your life of love, inside of that year, your situation, lessons, and blessings. And yeah, we're going to do that with a couple of oracle card decks that I have prepared for you here. And the first one will be the traditional tarot deck to see a little bit some clues of your situation. So let's see what we get. Maybe a way to look at your situation that might be helpful, right? Did you know that the twin flame journey is really the relationship with God? Did you know that it is about romance with the divine? And if your romance with the divine works well and goes very well and in a flow, then you will be certain that your twin flame will be close and coming to you and be together with you. That's how that works. That's truly how that works. And that is maybe a big secret. So to repair your twin flame journey, you actually simply repair your love relationship with the divine. I can't say it in another way. That's really it. And that's also all. But that is all encompassing. And we're often very much walked away from that, from the flow in that. So yeah, there might be some repair needed, and you can do that. And you're the only one that can do it. I mean, you can use me and all my possibilities that I offer on the internet to help you. In our Facebook group called Your Abundance, with everything that I offer there for entirely free, just like that. information about the true twin flame tool, meetings, videos that explain it all. You can book sessions with me for a fee, that's true. All these things are here, but I can't do it for you. You have to do it yourself. That's always true. Also, when you just only watch these videos, I just can only talk and do fun readings with you, but you have got to apply it to yourself and to your situation and whatnot, right? Yeah. Anyway, I got a card that was clearly sticking out, so we're going to get that and see what it brings us. Oh, well, and isn't that the Two of Cups of two very closely in the heart related people that almost bring a toast to their relationship, or actually exchange cups? It seems to be a woman and a man. Yes, this is a love relationship. Yes, this is a card that symbolizes that intimacy, this romance. Exactly. And this might be just a symbol of the divine here on top, with the wings and the lion head. So they together have a relationship of divine quality. And they're busy choosing that, perhaps, or like coming together and having that, being that. But I saw it upside down. So even though you chose the lover, there may be just a challenge for you to truly accept that. And isn't that normal? And isn't that question for healing appropriate for so many people? There's almost nobody that's not appropriate for. So don't be ashamed of that. And the underlying feeling or tone or energy is the Empress, which is the big, female, motherly, abundant, fertile energy of this entire deck. She's like the queen of all queens, the great mother, with nature and abundance and all kinds of symbols about that and about femininity. She's the queen of the heaven with all the stars in her tiara. Well, anyway, however you pronounce it. And there she is. So that is the undertone. It is supposed to be a very fertile, good, flowing union, your twin flame union. Of course it is. It's what you are. It's the truth of what you are, always. There's no exception. And it is eternally so. But maybe you're not healed into that yet in your current incarnation and moment and body and whatnot, situation. You're going to heal that, knowing that inside of you awaits this grand power of the... Why did we see this card? So we saw a little bit of this card, the star reversed, which means that you can be sure that you actually are the star, even though you may have forgotten that, or you may be not ready to accept that fully yet. There is hope, and it's okay to have hope, because that is actually what you're supposed to do. Have that hope and work on your inner work to go to that union. And have faith that it will appear when you do that inner work, which is true. You guarantee yourself that you will arrive when you do your inner work. You can do that inner work with the tools that I provide. It's called Key, that is the central one. That in principle should be enough, although I have many more. And I share about how that goes on my channel, when you go to my channel page and type in key in the search bar of my channel, not of in YouTube in general, of my channel, then you can find those videos. And we also have a Facebook group in which you would be very welcome, where we practice that tool. You can find so much more information about it. That's how you guarantee yourself that you are going in the direction of healing that union by healing the romance between you and the divine. And let's look into some spiritual wisdom. Search in yourself your own mistakes and look in the other for the good. I translated that for you from the Dutch. Look in yourself for your own mistakes and look in the other for the good things. And don't we have the tendency to want to say, but that twin flame over there of mine, they did this and that and the other thing. I don't like that. It makes me feel upset. It's their fault. And that's why we do the twin flame inner work. It starts with that, and that's okay for step 1. But then you're going into step 2, 3, and 4. We have 2 versions. Try them out both. Feel what works for you for this particular moment and this particular issue and problem and upset and emotion. And you will feel different afterwards, guaranteed. And you will see that this applies. You found in yourself what was an error that you can repair by bringing love there. You will find them refreshed as a good person that actually wants to be with you. That's the magic of doing the inner work, which you have to do. You yourself have to do it. I can't do it for you. And by doing it, you guarantee yourself that things will actually work out. So I would say do it. Let's look into the Isis card deck for some more information about your lessons, perhaps. The Nile, the flow, the river of your union, of your love, of your romance. The river that brings life and makes feelings flow. Listen to your feelings and act on it. You will come into a quickening of the flow, and fertility will come onto your path. Well, this is the goddess of fertility, so we knew that. Idea for an exercise. Look for water somewhere around you and program it with a positive intention. And we did that in my New Year's Eve live video that you will find on my channel's page under the tab of live videos. And at this moment, that's the latest one, but it's from New Year's Eve 2023 to 2024. And that's where we do some water magic. So if that speaks to you, you might want to watch that one. So this flow of feelings is the romantic flow of life, right? That is what we're talking about. And you should listen to that. And you bring it back to the true romantic flow instead of the I don't like them anymore because they upset me kind of flow, which is then it just like goes in the wrong direction, or you put these obstructions in your flow. And you make that flow again by doing the inner work with the key tool. 4 steps, 2 versions. There you go. You can do it. You know, it's very empowering that you can do it yourself. Because that is your PowerPoint. That is where you can influence your twin flame journey to the positive, That's what I did. That's what brought me into harmonious twin flame union. That's what brought Brittany into twin flame union, harmonious twin flame union. You'll find her interview about how that was for her on my video recently when this video came out. Yeah. Knowledge. Study, learning, raising. I love that. I love learning. I love being in such a library atmosphere as this vampire is. So this also means that you're going to learn a completely new thing. It's new when you follow that new flow of life. It's going to be new for you, and that's what it's supposed to be like. It's not how you think it is. That's often what comes out with the twin flame as advice. All the things around it and inside of you, you might think that you already know how it's supposed to be, and you might have words for all kinds of fantasy things and stages. But maybe would be just so helpful if you let it go for a moment and start to learn really the truth and the real tools and really experience what that brings you. And step out of what you thought you already knew about the twin flame journey and whatnot. That would be so helpful for you, seeing all the things that your brains are stuffed up with that you found on the internet and on YouTube. That, according to me, is pretty much nonsense, or it doesn't do anything for you. And when you would actually do the journey and would come into harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state or state of being that I advise people to first go to, from which your 3D material union will be birthed. When you're there, you will see that this was all nothing. It wasn't even like that, and it isn't like that. That's with many of these so-called advices that are out there. So be discerning, or at least give yourself the opportunity to not know it for a moment and not think that you already know it, because you might just not, and that might just hold you back to go back to that flow of romance, right? So what do you want? Do you want to be right and stay stuck? Or do you want to be open and let go of what you thought you knew so that you can move forward? And that would be only natural to choose the latter. Authentic and organic. Because letting that flow in a fresh way that was not premeditated and not copied from what you heard somewhere else, but it's a true experience of you yourself. That's when it becomes authentic and organic, and you are truly on the twin flame journey. And it's not a fantasy, and it's not just an idea that you're projecting onto the world or onto your experiences, but it's actually something that you are experiencing. And that's what I would want for you. Because the true twin flame journey leads to really, this one jumped, in a sense, just a very down to earth, this is really what the Empress is. True, loving relationship. Inside that spiritual union, that's the basis, is also a psychologically sane, beautiful, loving, grounded relationship, you know. That's what it's supposed to be about. It's what it's supposed to lead to. And it does lead to that when you let yourself be truly carried there. Maybe you need some guidance. That would be kind of normal. All right, so this one was sticking out. The prophet. So this was a sort of a prophecy that I'm telling you now, right? It truly exists. That is the prophecy for you. It's not a joke. But you have to become open until the core of you, that is the core of your union, to let it emerge, to let it come out. And you might just need to let go of what you thought you knew for that to be able to happen. But your heart and soul will be where you belong and will arrive. And now we're going to look if there are blessings for you. What that leads to. I saw this one. Oh, all right, maybe more. Extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. See, you will go to your wild self that doesn't know everything up front, but is just true, is the true you, is the true wild nature, which is you in harmonious union, because you are already that, because you are a human being. And it's a deepening once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, or you've done enough inner work, let's put it like that. Your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. And we'll take this one too. Courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Beautiful. And don't you need courage, or you would show courage to yourself when you would be doing what we're discussing, right? So now we're looking in the angel answers. So this will all lead to big, happy changes. And twin flame union is about big, happy changes, which includes the word change. And people are sometimes very afraid of that. They're like, oh gosh, I want to be with my twin flame because I feel that calling, but I don't want to change. That's scary. And that's understandable. But to be in that flow, that river, that the true romance really is between the both of you, actually means a nature of changing. That's the nature of it. So that may be good to know. Oops. It's up to you to accept that, and nobody can accept it for you. Don't stop going in the direction of your union, doing the inner work yourself, because nobody can do it for you, with letting go of the ideas that you might have about it that might not be true, so that you experience yourself what it is. And you get to be the wild, organic, true you that is connected to the earth like a goddess and to the heavens like a goddess. So that you know from your experience that you see in them the good things instead of what upsets you, that doesn't play a role anymore. You will find your heart and soul. And your prophecy from the prophet will come out. Because it is prophesied for you. because it is supposed to happen for you. And it can happen in 2024. You can go so much closer to that place where you're in union already in the heart right now, but also much closer to that point where it becomes true and lived and can become physical any moment. It's as if you can already touch it. You can get there in 2024. And we're going to see now what energy field or energy point in your 9-point energy system for twin flames from the creative identity methodology will be helpful for you to focus on in this healing endeavor to return to your flow of divine romance together with your true twin flame. And it is the heart, symbolized by 2 intersecting circles, which is both of you together, right? And with an emphasis on the overlapping area, you see, which is where the love is, where you share your core. It's in the heart that this happens. That's the big change we're talking about. That everything will be birthed from the heart now, and not from ideas, certainly not second-hand ideas from the internet or from YouTube that are not even true. That's not where it's going to be birthed from. But from the heart it is. And the expansion of the heart, like maybe this is the heart and this is expanding in 2 directions. Because the heart, the bigger heart is actually, because it's the center of your entire system, in a sense, the bigger heart is, the bigger interpretation of the heart is everything. It's all your 9 energy points, where your body resides inside of. It's everything that you are. It's the place of connection and of, change into your true version, the true version of everything. That means the love version. The version that is acknowledged and recognized by love itself. Divine love, of course. Yeah. And may you come into connection with that in 2024. So go ahead. You have my blessing. I want that for you. Ask support. If that feels for you, that would be very beneficial. So I hope this helped. Skip to the end of this video with a timestamp that you'll find underneath this video, because there I will actually explain more to you about how you can support yourself in 2024 for this entire heart development. And I want that for you. And after that, I even send you to another helpful video. So hop over. I will see you there. Bye-bye. Love from Petra. Welcome to your reading. You chose the entrepreneur. You are so wise that you know that mission for twin flames is really the bomb. It's really what you can focus on, and it will truly help you move into union, even harmonious twin flame union. Yeah. Very wise. And, or you chose for the orgonite crystal, quote unquote. Its own category. And we're going to look inside your chances to go to union in 2024. Your life of love inside that year. We're going to tune into your situation, your lessons, and then we go to your blessings in the hope that that will help you and get you going. Well, I'm pretty sure it will. So let's go. I will start with the classical tarot deck for your situation. And I also have a selection of oracle card decks here for me that I will intuitively choose from when I feel like it. Gosh, just was entire segment of tarot cards just flipped out on the table. I think we're going to look at it. We are. And then when it feels necessary, we're going to the other oracle decks to get more information and whatnot. Well, this was a little bit of a surprise for me. So this was what came out. This side up? Yeah, I think so. So that's a lot. We're just going to look at it. Why not? Seems to be what we need to do. So there we go. So the first one that I'm seeing on this side, well, let's start here then. All right. Is the Nine of Wands in reverse. So right side up, it is actually someone that puts the symbol of wands. Well, has a whole wall of the symbol of wands behind him and is almost ready to put the last wand into that fence as well. Then it's sort of a wall or a fence. So that will be like the completion when he finally does that. And he's right before doing that. And maybe looking around a little bit to see if it's safe to do that. So then it would be someone that is almost ready to put in the last effort to complete the project, the thing, let's say, going to union, right? But it is reversed, which is an interesting start. So that might signify that you're afraid of that. Let's go to the next one and just see what comes out. So, was it like this? Yeah, this is just right side up. And here we see in the Five of Cups someone that looks at the three cups that fell over that had this red and green saps poured out. And there are two still standing behind his back, two cups. And he's in a cloak of black, which is mourning, looking at this spilling of toxic, actually, insides of these cups. Something has been lost, and he's sad about that. But that means that he temporarily doesn't see, well, if he turns around, then he will, that two actually are still standing. The two is the twin flame. And he could turn around, get them, walk over the bridge to the city, over the water. But he's not seeing that right now. But he will. And the next one is we're seeing the loved ones in reverse. The lovers in reverse, which is a card that, yes, is about love and romance and choosing each other. But in choosing each other, it's actually about choice. You need to choose right now. Aided by the angel. And then it is in reverse. So that means that, well, maybe you're even more urged to really choose. It's time to choose. The next one is a card that is showing the Seven of Pentacles, which is someone that has raked the leaves in the harvest time, in the autumn. And there are pentacles on it, like the value symbol. Energetic value symbol. The harvest is here and he's pondering about it, what he has gained. And then we have justice in reverse, which means honesty. Dishonesty is what this one means. or the need to be honest with yourself. What about that? That's better. And the next one we see is the sun, which is the horse has jumped over the hurdle, over the wall, and the symbol of purity and innocence, the child, the naked child, holding the red flag is, victorious red flag is on the back of the horse, and the sun is shining. This is a victorious card about good feelings. You did exactly that. You were honest. You can do that. And then the next one I see is the Four of Wands in reverse. And this is a right side up, usually the marriage card or big celebration of something that you achieved. And these people are arriving for the celebrations that are going to take place on this spot here outside the confines of the city, on the outskirts of the city. So that is reversed. And then there is this one. It is the Three of Swords in reverse. The Three of Swords pierce the heart, and there's rain. So there's a lot of sadness and grief about that. And in reverse, it actually also means that you're talking nasty to yourself in your thoughts, because the swords stand for thoughts, among others. And you have hurt because of that. And then we have, last one, the Death in reverse. The horse of death comes around and brings everyone down, no matter your status in society. That's what we see with a woman and a child and a priest, or a higher ranked cleric person, or even the Pope, who knows. Everyone is subject to dying in his body. But there is, of course, the eternal core of you that does not die. What about that? Did you think of that? In reverse, it often means that there is a transformation process inside of you, pointing you towards that which does not die inside of you, that will influence you now to become another version of yourself. And in reverse, it often means that there is an intense personal inner process about that going on right now inside of you. That was in reverse. So I feel that the entirety of this actually is a story about how you can transform yourself by allowing yourself to let go of what is no longer needed and no longer necessary in your life. And here we also saw that there is an end of what may have been an ego success story, or even a relationship that you left, or a marriage that ends. But that was only characterized by being harsh towards yourself. So it's actually good that there's a deep transformation away from that. But we've also seen that you can choose honesty, and you can jump over that wall and go to your purity and innocence, which then may make clear that you need to leave something that earlier was a success, but that was actually only about being harsh towards yourself, and going now into a transformation away from that. So this pondering of what this all brings to you, and making the right kind of new decisions for honesty. Decision is necessary in this love story, says the Lovers reversed. This moment of pondering is actually going to work out well for you if you can be truly honest and let go of what might have been a seeming win for you, but it actually wasn't. And you grieve about that so that you can transform. So what is it that you are going to let go of because it already fell over and it was actually toxic as well. What is it going to be that you can transform so that you can actually put that last stick into the fence and be a safe, psychologically sane, boundaried human that can let the love flow in because they have boundaries to contain it and let it do the right kind of work inside of you so that you become available to share love with others as well. And what is underlying in this whole situation for you that we see in the last underside of the whole deck, and that is the Three of Pentacles, which is a situation of learning in a group, in a setting. This is actually a mission setting in which an artist is making an artwork for the church, and this is the architect, and the other one is the boss of the church that commissioned this work of art. And they're trying to collaborate to make it better. So that's a collaboration to learn and to level up, to become better. And that's what they're doing. So that's the underlying feeling of this card. This reading of the classical tarot cards that we just showed. All of this only means that you're leveling up. You're in a learning situation. Oh, you're here on the earth in a body. That means that you're learning. This is sort of a school here. It's certainly not a prison, so don't be distraught about that. And we all have certain lessons. And when we learn them, we go to union, our harmonious twin flame union, state of consciousness or state of being that we essentially already are, but now we arrive in it with the whole of what we are in truth and in reality. And from that space, we can also birth it in the physical life and start that life that belongs to that. And we all have our lessons before we can go there and arrive there, be there. That's the whole point. That is natural. That's how the soul works. That's how the soul school works. There's nothing more normal than that. So find those lessons and, research them, ponder them. Find out what your life means to you, what the lesson hidden inside of it right now is for you, and learn it. A lesson that you may find when you start to do your inner work based on the situation that you find yourself in right now. And that inner work you can do with us when you start to do the key tool, which is a 4-step, easy way to approach anything that bothers you in the moment, any situation with your twin flame that greatly upsets you, or even a little bit burdens you. And you'll find what it is in some videos of mine on my channel, but the most of the information and teaching videos and teaching workshops live online every month, you will actually find in our Facebook group called Your Abundance, and you would be very welcome. The link to that Facebook group, that is really our living room, from which so many small but super important and inexpensive or free opportunities are extended to you. The link to that you will find in the description box of this video. Hey, there you go. All right, so we're going to look in the personal wisdom cards to know a bit more about what this means. And there it is. I will translate it for you on the fly from the Dutch. It is good to ask support from those that can give it to you. And isn't that exactly what we just talked about? That support will be in the Facebook group for you. It's of course also this video, this reading, supposed to support you. And that means learning. Asking support means that you can learn now. It's important to allow yourself that. Because you deserve that. It's the grand opportunity of not only a lifetime, but of eternity to go this journey to the twin flame, and in particular to harmonious twin flame union. Oh, I was like, let's go to a spiritual wisdom card. I was shuffling and then one flew on the ground. So I'm just going to pick it up for you. And here it is. On the way to me, which is God, me with a capital M, you will get everything you need. So if you take the hand of God while asking support at the appropriate places so that you can learn, God will give you everything that you need on the way. He will make sure that you have the means to ask for help too, even financial means. He will give you everything. It just will be there. That's also what Brittany said in her interview for when she came into Harmonious Twin Flame Union. It's on my channel. It's called Interview. How does it feel to come into Harmonious Twin Flame Union? Video is called like that. You'll find it by going to my channel page and then putting that title in the search bar of my channel, not of YouTube in general, but of my channel. And then you will find that video and she will tell you how she also got everything that she needed on the way. And she was not a person that had a lot of means or even opportunities, like seemingly, at all. But she got everything she always needed, and that was so beautiful. She explains that, and she explains how it feels. So this is the angel cards, angel answers. Well, but what comes from it? What do you think? Romance. Romance comes from it. From learning those lessons, doing these things, supporting yourself, being open to learning. Yeah. That's what it brings. You come into the attunement of true romance. And that is so worth it. You will see. There's nothing more worth it. We're going to look now in the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck. I saw this one jumping with energy, so we're going to take it. How can we say that? Saint, sinner. That's interesting. The saint and sinner shows two sides of what you might identify as. Am I a good person because I'm on my way to my twin flame and choosing to level up, choosing to be supported by God? Or am I a sinner because I chose wrong in the past? I had these endeavors that were actually from the ego, and they turned over, and that just didn't work out. And now I have this sadness because I was nasty to myself as part of that so-called successful endeavor that actually was not. So maybe I'm a sinner? What am I? Which is a good question. And the question of what is my identity is central in the twin flame journey, in fact, because it is about something that you are that we're looking for. You are a twin flame at the deep level of your soul, where Your spirit is connected to the divine. It's like your genetic makeup right there. So it's like your soul architecture or blueprint right there in that invisible space inside of you, and you can't not be it because you're human. And the identity question is very central, because if you really knew that and believed that and lived that, you would already be together with your twin flame right now. But you're not yet. That's why you're watching this video. And that means that you're neither a saint nor a sinner. You're a twin flame on the journey of making that come true in a physical reality, which is an identity of the nature that lies beyond the realm of both saint and sinner. That's the nature of that. But from both parts of this equation, we can learn something on the journey. Sometimes we will learn that we're a saint in some areas. Sometimes we'll find out that we're a sinner in some areas. And we will overcome these judgments of ourselves by, from that place of an error or an exaggeration for saint, remembering who we truly are on the level beyond black and white, positive, negative, saints and sinners. And that's where you truly live, where you're truly alive. And guess what? Your twin flame is alive there too. And you will meet them there. It's a true place, but it's a place in consciousness that you can inhabit with your energy. And that's the invitation for you in 2024. To go the journey, to go there. And let's see what kind of blessings will be on your journey. You know, the steps on your journey, you will need to make them yourself, and you can do that by inner work. You will be very happy that it's only you that can do it, because you will be very satisfied when you see that you have created it for yourself. Very satisfactory. Whatever the cost is, that is there's no price high enough. It's invaluable. And the fact that you did that, you gave that to yourself, while remembering your mission too. Remember, the entrepreneur? Yeah. Remembering your mission. That's a blessing in itself. I hope that comes to you, and that will come to you, of course, in this year, right? Sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. With the Indian god in ape body, but what's his name again? Hanuman, of course. I was like, I know his name, but what's his name? Sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Offer your lessons, your learnings, your problems, your issues, your upsets, your emotions. Offer it, your ego buildings that might come down. Offer it to the divine. No matter how mundane it is, when you offer it up for the sacred twin flame journey, it becomes a sacrament that makes you holy beyond the dichotomy of sinner and saint. Because it makes you remember who you truly are in your twin flame union. More blessings for you in 2024. This one sticks out. It's going to be a deepening for you. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, but let's say you've done enough keys for your twin flame inner work, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God and black cats, apparently, which is so cute. Don't cats learn you that you can't grasp, because they will walk away, look at you like, what do you want, cat boss? I have my own will. So you learn detachment from your cats. So you can sink into your deeper nature. That's the true learning that we're talking about here. And which energy point and field inside of you can help you with that? From the twin flame energy body with 9 points of the creative identity system. Or which energy point would help for you to focus on with all of this? 9 with a symbol of the sword, which is the energy point that connects you to the divine above your head. It's like as if this sword comes like as a sword of light in your crown chakra on the top of your head and moves through your body like as if it's the spine, you know, through your entire body down and lights up your entire nervous system, because it brings down that golden divine light into you. And that's what it will be for you. And open yourself to let that in, to let that happen, like a lightning strike of the divine that will transform you from the inside out and reattune you to everything that was so well known to you. And now it becomes in a different way attuned to your divine core, which is where the twin flame lives. And your deep personal transformation of the death can take place in safety and in faith, knowing that God will give you everything that you need on the way, leading to true romance. That in itself will teach you everything that you need to learn forever after. In the beautiful atmosphere of love. Learning is not boring or technical only or dry. No. Learning is romance. True learning is following the path of romance. The romance of the divine, between you and the divine. Well, I wish you that and nothing less in 2024. I hope that helped. I have something for you, and that is if you want to support yourself, which was in your reading, I have an explanation of how you could support yourself within my options. And that is at the end of this video, an extra chapter for you. So it will actually start right now for you. So there you go. Stay tuned is what I ought to say, right? Stay tuned. And I will see you there. And I hope that there's something to pick for you there. And yeah, let's connect. Let's keep on connecting online. Love from Petra. Manifest creativity. Creator of us all, be with me. When I open to connect with myself, when I uncover the creative source to retrieve her, the way you have placed it inside of me, and the way in which the exact same source moves and guides you as well. O divine Creator, make that I will be receptive to your voice and lead me to the rhythm of your breath, so that I will find the movement that leads me, find words for it, and can experience the being of them openly. Thank you for the abundance that is received in this moment. Thank you for the power that makes that I receive this moment. In this atmosphere, you are very welcome to come enjoy our beautiful small opportunities, which are plenty in our Facebook community. It's called Your Abundance, and you would be very welcome to come in this living room of us to practice the central twin flame healing tool called Key, K-E-Y. You can download documents about it. You can find information about it under the hashtag Key. Put it in the search bar and press enter. You can present us with your own posts how your practice of doing this crucial twin flame tool is working out for you on a daily basis and get support. But also we have a 4-event online live program there every month, in which I am available for you, just like that, to meet, get to know each other, and every one of the 4 monthly events has their own theme. One is to learn that key twin flame inner work much better than you might already do. And another one is talking about your mission. We also have a Q&A as one of the 4, and we read a little bit in the A Course in Miracles book every month as well, because your consciousness attuned to the source of creation better is what makes your twin flame come into your life much more easy. And that attunement of your consciousness is supported through that book. These are some of the things that you can do in our Facebook group, Your Abundance. And it's just available for you, this space for you to learn and share. Another thing is that from the group out, you can book small appointments with me that are for a small fee. They're called key sessions, and I can guide you through your inner work personally. Also, we could just talk about anything you need my personal support for, right? Another beautiful thing in the Facebook group, exclusively for Facebook group members, just like the key session, is the Divine Love reading. This reading report of many pages long gives you all the clues channeled from the divine for specifically you that you need to know to go to harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state it is all about, and from which your physical being together with your true twin flame is being birthed safely and guaranteed. At this time, you are also invited, if that feels for you, to come in for a big session. It's a 2-hour long, plus 20 minutes up front and more services up front, plus afterwards an extra healing and extra information and more extra stuff session that is called Twin Flame Reset. In this reset, you will be transformed to the right state of energy and consciousness to go to your harmonious union state of being, to come into 3D twin flame union as quickly as can, as smooth as can. So give yourself that subtle realignment, reset of your inner space so that you can go to the harmonious twin flame union space soon and with ease. That's why I developed this service. It's a tremendously beautiful opportunity that is here for you now. So if you want to give yourself the ultimate push forward, book yours now. You'll find the information about the webpage, where that is published below. Do you want to go to the brilliance of your harmonious twin flame union and manifest your mission business and be a candidate in that to become a creation coach helping other twin flame unions in the methodology that I provide as well? Then I have something for you. In 2024, I'm looking for one candidate that talks with me if they are the person fit to receive a 6-month closely working together with me, with 6 big sessions and 12 smaller in-between sessions, to get passed on from me to you everything that I stand for, or at least a huge chunk in coaching geared towards you. Then you are ready for the Twin Flame Brilliance package. And if you feel that that is for you, working with me closely in 2024, getting everything down that you may need, the Twin Flame Reset, the initiations, the mission business, finding out what it is and starting to build it, the becoming a candidate to be a real creation twin flame coach with me, with opportunity to help clients. If you think that's for you, then I invite you to come talk with me. And below you'll find contact information of me, one way or another that seems fit to you. Contact me and I will provide you with the information, how we can find out if it's you. I only look for one person that is going to be that in 2024. Dear friends, I'm going to send you off to another video that I think is so fitting now you've heard your prophecy almost, right, for 2024. And that will be the union vision that I overall see for myself and the people that feel connected to me for 2024. I made a video, a short one about that for you, and you will find it right after this moment here, where I will send you to that. And yeah, I will see you there. Love from Petra.